What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Italy Jet post-game show. Before the show just literally went and and there you go. I got that too. There you go.
My
Um,
man, my man. Let's
all
go,
right, what's
baby.
going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Italy Jet post-game show. I have literally been checked out for 2 weeks because of this team. I love this team with all my heart, and I did watch the game today. And there were things I saw were cool, and there were things I saw that were disappointing. But what do you expect from a Jets team that's officially defeated? Um, it was a kickings game. It was a defensive game. The offenses couldn't really get anything going on both sides of the ball for Miami and the Jets as a whole. I overall am just very defeated, and I haven't been defeated like this in a very long time. I yeah, it's a little bit of my ramble right now, but I forgot to introduce you, bro. This the Jet Show, bro. How we doing? How we
I've
doing?
um I've been better. I've been worse. I'm very neutral, man. I'm very neutral right now.
Look at this
I
guy
was
here. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. You really
You
want to do
really want to do this? Right. Yes, we Mathis.
this?
Yes, Matthias, yes we do. Yes we do, man.
God,
Yes we do. God we
that
do.
was great. I love him, man.
Um
He's so
I'm
funny.
you know, I'm not as hard on the Jets right now as I see a lot of people are.
Yeah,
I know we
yeah,
had very high expectations. At six and
right,
three, it
right,
completely changed our
right,
outlook far as what we expect out of the
right,
team this
right,
year, man.
right.
But generally speaking, I coming into the season, I had us at between 7 and 9 wins. So
Yeah, exactly.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean. So it's like, and
hands
I
down.
get it. Yeah, I get it. 6 and 3, going into the bye, hey, all we need is like 3, maybe 4 games, and we're in the playoffs here at six
Right,
and three.
right,
But unfortunately, man, it just didn't pan out that way. And I think a lot of times, we're so caught up in the moment, we have a tendency to forget we have a lot of injuries on that offensive side of the ball. Defense didn't suffer a lot of injuries this year,
right,
equaling them playing great ball this year. The
right,
opposite is the offense took the bulk of the major injuries, especially the season-ending injuries, and we didn't move the ball. And I think injuries was a major part of us not moving the ball efficiently.
right. I mean, I agree on both sides of the ball.
Hmm.
It just didn't. It was not fun. It was just not fun.
Yeah.
I think overall, when you look at this team right now, there's a lot of injuries on both sides of the ball. Like I get that, but overall, it's not for it's not for like everyone says it's about coaching. It's about the Johnsons, about JD, it's about the players, about the injuries. I mean, I think they all have things in common with each other. I think it's a little bit of everything.
Hmm.
Um, but my question is this the time to fire Salah?
No, absolutely not.
Gotcha.
Absolutely not, man. I'm
Okay.
standing very firm with Ubrick.
Yeah,
I'm
you
standing very firm with Salah. You took a team that was dead last in defense last year,
right,
and I know we had a chance to see that
right,
genius or that good mindset, as far as a defensive mindset, head coach and also
right.
defensive coordinator between Salah and Ulbrich. Those guys literally took us from dead. They took us from dead last all the way to at least top 12 defense this year. So that's a hell of improvement, man. Hell of
Yeah,
improvement. Now on the offensive side of the ball,
yeah.
um, I don't know if you fire LaFleur. He
I think it's
does
gonna come
scheme.
Calabrese and the floor. I think it's gonna come down to them.
They're
It's
probably
gonna
gonna
come
be
down
the
to something
scapegoat.
though.
Right, right.
Yeah, I
It's like the
agree.
fans. The fans need a response. I
Yeah,
think they're
hands
gonna be
down.
the fall guys. I hate to say it so loosely. Would
Yeah.
I have liked to seen Lafleur another year? I would say yes more than no. There are
Okay.
some things that has always concerned me with Lafleur. First of all, the coaching staff, the first season for this regime, the coaching staff at one point of the beginning of the season last year, they didn't want a veteran quarterback in the room, and that was so odd to me, especially after the passing of Greg Knapp. In my
Yeah.
opinion, you would need or at least want a veteran presence in that room, but they didn't do it last season, and they end up hiring um, Zach LaFleur's personal training coach, at the end of last season, and Zach looked better when they did
Yeah.
that. So, but I guess what I'm saying more than anything is that the fans knew. The fans knew a lot of things, and we just didn't do it. And most of the stuff that we were calling was on offense. We were saying, why is Elijah Moore running 9 routes? He's a slot guy. Put him in a slot position. They took
Right.
forever to do that from last year all the way to this season. So those things is what I question that offensive coaching staff about. Like things the fans are obviously seeing and obviously calling.
Yeah.
We're not doing it. And then when they do it, it's almost like it's too late. So yeah, so if they fire LaFleur, man, I completely understand.
Yeah.
There are some things that I definitely didn't like. Definitely.
Yeah. I know Woody, James, thank you for saying that. I was going to touch base on this too, but thank you for saying this, James. Woody Johnson did not comment after the game like he usually does. I know he's like on the radar sometimes, or sometimes like makes a big splash. But yeah, I think as they're reporting, he's going to make a comment, I think later this week, Woody will. And I'm kind of freaking out about that. Like, I don't freak out a lot. I freak out with Woody. I always freak out when it comes to my owner, our owner, Jets Nation owner. He just is so extreme with stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm scared what's going to come out of his mouth. What do you think?
I think Woody knows that the fan base is not satisfied, especially with the offense. I would say at least 80%
Right.
of the fans are very, very enthused about the defense. That's all the way from the coaching all the way down to the players. With a few exceptions, here and there. That's that 20%. Right. But overall, I would think the 80% of fans are very, very much so satisfied with the defense. Now, Woody, on the other hand, is obviously pissed about the offense and them. Yeah. We haven't scored a touchdown, guys, in 3 games. That's bananas.
Yeah.
So yeah, I honestly think Woody is going to do something, or he's going to force Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh to make a call. But I think there's definitely changes in the staff. 100% sure there's changes within the players themselves. Oh, yeah. That's offense and defense.
Well, it's not only that. I think Woody. I mean, I get. With me, like, I understand what people are saying about Saleh and LaFleur and Olbrook. Like, I get it. But I agree with you. He took this from like 3 to 6 to 7. Sorry, you said 3 to 7, right? From best to worst, right? From worst to
defense.
Best. Defense.
We were dead last year.
Yeah. And then and now we're in the top 5, right? So like, I get it, and I know people have been saying that there's like a 3-year plan, there's a 5-year plan. I know they all got 5-year contracts and stuff. I think Woody in this fan base, especially me and you, are like, we want this to be done now, but I know that there's a process. There's a process.
Yes,
There's new head coaches every single day that are new, and you got to give them time, because once a Jets coach or a Jets player leaves the Jets, they become better somewhere else. Like, we just know that.
Very true.
We just know
Very
that.
True.
So now I'm like, okay, I'm not really done with Saleh, but I am done with LaFleur and Calabrese. Or you bring in another quarterback coach that will complement LaFleur and complement Saleh, like a Frank Reich. Or we can discuss other guys eventually as well. I know people have been throwing out Josh McCown. I don't like it, but I understand a lot of people that do. I think there's way more better out there, but I like the Frank Reich thing. But he wasn't really a good head coach, but he's a good quarterback coach. So for me, I understand where they're going with this. I just hope Woody just lets it play out. And I trust Saleh. I really do trust Saleh. I trust Douglas. Sorry, I trust Douglas, but Saleh's still up and down. It's up and down a lot of people, but for me, I still have faith in him. But overall, with this comment, though, I think Joe Douglas needs to trade back the 13th pick for picks. Honestly, I like that idea, but I know we need an offensive line really bad. I want that whole Ohio State guy.
He's good.
My God, he's gosh, dude.
Yeah, he's good.
I mean, I like it, Jades, but I really want that guy. You know what I mean? What do you think?
We definitely need an offensive lineman in this draft, man. One of the top ones, in my opinion. I'm not going into the next season Joe Douglas. If I'm Joe Douglas, I'm not going into the next season depending on Mekhi Becton. If we
Yeah.
get the Mekhi Becton that we saw playing his rookie year and healthy,
Right.
then yes, that's a good deal. But
Right.
2 full seasons of no Mekhi Becton, I'm sorry, man. Robert Saleh says it all the time, right? When you're writing a story to your life, never allow another man to hold a pen. Well, in this case, well, Fant,
Yeah. Right. Right.
Zach Wilson, they could absolutely be holding the pen to
Right.
Robert Sala's and Joe Douglas' career or their life. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't put that on Fant. I would definitely want to get a young stud in the draft. I mean, I'm saying Fant, Mekhi Becton. I would definitely want to draft a young offensive lineman, and whatever Mekhi Becton give us, man. Hey, if he's
Right.
if he's the Mekhi Becton that we wanted in drafting, hey, let's go.
Right.
That's a
Right.
win-win for us. But yeah, no, I'm not going into the season depending on Mekhi Becton. So yeah, I'm definitely taking the offensive lineman if they are there or if he is there with that 13th pick.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Mike LaFleur, I could see fire. Yeah, I like I said, I think it's gonna come down between Calabrese and LaFleur, so we'll see what happens. And here we go. This team sucks. No accountability. The fans deserve better. Please call Peyton or Harbaugh. You can't tell me you can close your eyes now and envision Sal holding the Lombardi Trophy. Hey, leave it to Vinny to say something like this. But hey, I understand his frustration, even though I disagree just a little bit. But I know it would be nice though to have some stuff like that, like Peyton. I would love it, but I just can't see it happening. But what do you think?
As far as Peyton,
His comment. What do you think about his comment?
well, this team sucks. Well, offensive wise, it does.
Yeah,
Offensive wise, but it does, and special teams at times. So Braden Mann was playing lights out today. So I don't know where that
right,
Braden Mann has
right, right,
been.
right, right.
But far as collectively the team sucks, I disagree with that. Defense has been very
Yeah,
good
yeah,
this year as a whole. You know what I mean?
yeah.
No
Top five. Yeah,
accountability. I think my personal opinion about the accountability side is I think
yeah,
Robert Saleh is just not the guy that's going to blast people on national TV. But from what I've
yeah,
heard from some players, I think he's the coach that, excuse my language, gets on their ass behind closed doors. From what some of the guys have been saying, Zach Wilson is one.
yeah,
So I think he does hold guys accountable. But I'm a guy that actions speak louder than words. So I think
yeah,
he is holding people accountable because he sat our number 2 quarterback down
yeah.
for at least half the season. So that's showing accountability. I think
Right.
that we're so used to seeing coaches chew their guys out on the sideline,
Oh
et
yeah,
cetera,
yeah,
et
yeah,
cetera. But I just don't think that's solid, and I respect that because we're all grown men, and grown
yeah,
men have a tendency to look at another grown man like you're not gonna talk to me like I'm your boy or your son, right? So I get it, but you hold them accountable, but not playing guys. You take them out the game, et cetera, et cetera. Whatever the case is. So I think to a certain extent, Robert Saleh and his staff does hold these guys accountable. That's my opinion.
yeah, yeah.
The fans deserve better. You damn right we do. We've been suffering for so long. I agree with
So
you
long.
1,000%. Vinny and the Jets. As far as Peyton,
Peyton and
if
hold on, Peyton and Harbaugh. That's what he said. Peyton and Harbaugh.
he said either or. So if you're looking at Peyton, well, here's the thing about Peyton. Of course, everyone knows we would have to give up a first round pick to
Yeah.
New Orleans Saints in order to acquire Peyton. I
Right.
don't see that one happening. And the other thing with Peyton is a coach slash general manager. So I'm not sure how that would work with Joe Douglas still being in place. Now, if we were on
I
the
agree.
fire Joe Douglas train, then I would I'd be saying, hell yes, let's get Peyton. Let's give up that first, give him whatever he needs. Let's get his ass in here. And, we go from there. Being honest though, another negative side about Peyton is we really don't know how truly good he is without Breeze. So was
Yeah.
it a combination thing between Peyton and Breeze why Peyton looked so good? We do know he's a good coach. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe you
does
would
he
bring him
need
as a
that?
QB coach. Maybe.
He's not going to go for that. Peyton is
I don't.
not going for that.
No, 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 no. Bring him Breeze, the QB coach. You never
Oh, Breeze.
know. Well, you
But you know
never
what?
know.
You know what I've been thinking? Italy. I was
What?
like, so many people are saying bring this guy in, this veteran
Yeah,
president, this
like Kurt
veteran
Warner,
president. This.
McCown. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
check this out though, man. We've had Joe Flacco in the building for a season and a half.
Yeah.
right? Because I think the Eagles get him, then we gave up a pick to get him back, et cetera, et cetera. But what I'm saying is, Flacco has been in the building for a long time. You mean to tell me that Zach is not learning from him? You're talking about a Super Bowl
Yeah.
quarterback, won the
Yeah.
Super Bowl MVP. You're talking
Right.
about when you look at Joe Flacco's stats from the last 15 years, he's in the
Right.
top 10 quarterbacks. So if
Yeah.
he can't teach Zach, excuse my language, then who in the hell can? If you can't learn from a Super Bowl MVP quarterback that's in your locker room for at least a year and a half, dude, if you can't learn from him, then there's something wrong. There's something wrong here, man. What are we missing? So when everybody's saying
Yeah.
bring in a veteran, I'm like, do we not know that Joe Flacco is a veteran? Do we not see and remember that he did win a Super Bowl? So I don't know. I don't know, man.
Well, I'll comment on that in a sec with this comment
Okay.
because I do want to answer that. If we had
Okay.
a good veteran quarterback, I believe we would have had at least 10 to 11
Oh, absolutely.
wins.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yep.
I think if we didn't have injuries or anything like that, I think we would have lost at least 4 or 5 times. I'm serious. I think when we had such a great defense, top five, and then we were in top three for a while. I mean, you can even argue we're top three, but
Mm-hmm.
overall, I think if we had the quarterback and didn't have injuries and everybody was healthy, even when our backups were in there, because the depth that we've had and the coaching, if the coaching was a little bit better on the offense and even Solly, you can even argue a little bit with his time management. I think it would have been a lot better, in my personal opinion. I give them 2 more years to coaching staff. That's what I would do. I agree with this. I would give them at least 1 or 2 more years. I
Yeah.
really do agree with that. I bet you my other co-host would not, but I don't know yet. Well, that's a this week conversation. Becton is done. His knees are shot, and his weight doesn't help. That is facts, but we don't know what he's doing lately, though. So I want to see him on the field and see some more film on him before I make something, because I am a Mekhi Becton fan, even though I did not want him here. I wanted Slater, but I still want to give him a chance. So we'll see what happens. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Okay. Okay. I like it. I like it. Um, Now Chicago got the first round pick. Texans got the second pick, I believe in. That's what got them third pick. You think they're going to take that offensive tackle that you want. Honestly, I can totally see it because he's so good. My goodness,
He's a
he's so
stud,
good.
man.
He is
He's a
just,
stud, dude.
I don't even know. Man, I don't
So we
even
know
know.
Chicago is not going with a quarterback. That's 100% sure. The Texans will definitely get that
Yeah,
quarterback. Was Young.
right.
So I don't know. Can we trade up though? Like that, is that a possibility? What
I
do you
mean,
guys think?
I
Can we
mean,
trade
shoot.
up?
Listen. No one, no one. Everyone keeps thinking we're going to take some like a guard, or we're going to come back down, or we're going to go up. It's Joe Douglas. No one knows. If anyone learned that last year's draft, that we just don't know what's going to happen, because we got up and went up and got Brees Hall. Like,
Right,
I
right.
don't know
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen. We have so many issues we have to address because we have a lot of 1-year contracts. We don't have that much money to spend, and we got to sign Q, and we got to sign his brother, and we got to sign Huff. And then, can't believe I'm saying this, but I really want CJ Mosley back for cheap. And I
Me
want
too.
Kwan
I agree.
Alexander back for cheap. There's a
Yes.
lot of things that need to happen, man.
Mm-hmm.
What's up, fellas? How frustrating in this season? No TDs in 3 games. Yes, I know. I agree with you 100%.
Pathetic.
It is.
Yes.
It's mind-boggling. Fun fact: Davis Mills has thrown more touchdowns than the entire Jets offense. Brandon,
Yep.
I have love for you, but that's just more depressing. Sean
Yep.
Payton
That's absolutely true.
is interviewing with the Broncos. Yes, we do know
Mm-hmm.
that he is going to interview the Broncos, but I heard that there's going to be they weren't supposed to talk to him until after the 17th, and evidently they didn't. Like they just got they got permission, but I don't know if it's like good with that permission. Like how do I say this? I don't know if there's going to be like a fine involved. You know what I mean? I don't know, because you're supposed to do it after January 17th, but they did it before, so I don't know how all that works yet. You know what I mean?
Well, they might not have interviewed him yet, but they probably
Yeah.
set it up. You know what I mean? They probably
Oh,
spoke
okay.
to. They
That
probably
makes
spoke
more
to the
sense.
Saints,
That
and they
makes
probably
more
spoke
sense.
to Peyton, and they probably have one schedule. And of
Yeah.
course, like everything, it leaks out
Right.
eventually.
Right.
So yeah. Yeah.
That makes more sense. Here we go. This is what I want to comment about. I agree with Liam. Flacco doesn't care. I don't think he cares either because all the quarterbacks he's been with the Eagles, quarterbacks he's been with the Jets, Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson. I just think he was just there for a job. He's just there for a job. I don't think he really wanted to develop young quarterbacks too. And you could tell in his press conference today that he still thinks that he's got a lot left. He still thinks that he can be the elite quarterback they can, and he doesn't care about his age. He still wants to come
He
out and do
didn't.
something.
He
What do you
didn't look
think?
that bad today, man.
I know.
Given
Well,
how
and
bad
here's
our
the
offensive
thing.
line is, I was like,
I
damn,
understand that.
Flacco,
He didn't look that bad. But Wilson, I mean, but his only target he could throw to was Wilson. Like, I mean, he couldn't really throw to anybody. He got, maybe Ty Johnson there a little bit and more. But overall, he didn't really like.
Is it because those guys can't? Is it
Uh,
because those guys can't get separation? I mean, I know Moore can get separation, but my biggest knock against any
Wilson, it
receiver on this team
depends.
is Davis. Like Davis just seems to he just can't get open,
Yeah.
regardless of what DB is guarding him at least 60% of the time. Man, I'm like, I don't know, but he's on my list. I'm putting out a video soon, but yeah, he's on my list, man. As far as guys that I think we should cut and move on from.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I like Davis, but
Yeah.
not with the direction that we're trying to go in.
Right.
Unless he lowers his contract, and he doesn't have a real expensive contract right now. But but if he can knock off a couple mil, then yeah, keep him.
Right.
If you can keep him for cheap, keep him.
Maybe. I doubt it though. I think Miami's going to try and go to get Carr, and I heard that the Raiders are looking at Jimmy Garoppolo. Well, if that is true, that's going to be interesting because I know the 49ers want him back, Garoppolo. So we'll see what happens.
If we can't get Lamar or Derek Carr, man, I don't want anyone else.
I don't even know if I want Carr. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really want anybody. I don't want anybody, but I know we gotta go out and get someone. I'm just so burnt out with quarterbacks. I've been saying that for years, though.
I'm burnt out with bad quarterbacks. That's all we've had.
I'm burnt out with everybody. Flacco doesn't talk to Zach Wilson on the sidelines. He said he still wants to. Exactly. That's what I was saying too. I don't think Flacco has the desire to teach the Ravens. He controlled the wins their Super Bowl year, and yeah, I agree with that too. But he still is a Super Bowl champion, though.
And
he's still a Super Bowl champion, though. I understand that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with the. Oh, he's agreeing with Jeffrey. I'm replacing him tomorrow morning. Woody shouldn't even talk. Right. Woody shouldn't even talk. He's part of the problem. I mean, yeah, he is. He is. I'm shocked he's kept his mouth shut though this long. I'm gonna be honest. I'm shocked he's letting JD and Salah do stuff because that's not really his thing. So
I think that was the agreement coming in, though.
Ooh, maybe.
Yeah, I think that was the agreement coming in.
I like that.
JD let me do my thing. I'm going to rebuild us in the right way. Just give me control. And I think that's what he did. I think he trusted JD enough to do that. And being honest, JD really hasn't did that bad. Now the first two drafts, you can, the first one I'm gonna let him pass with that because I'm sure he was trying to fit what's that bonehead name, Adam Gase. I'm sure he was trying to fit some scheme players that Adam Gase wanted in. So it probably wasn't truly a JD draft. So I'll give him that one. Yeah, but the one after the Zach draft class was.
We'll see.
It's questionable, man.
We'll see. Bears are going to be like a high school girl on their stomach answering calls for the number one pick. Man, I know that's your boy too. That's so funny though. I think they might. I don't know. That's going to be funny. That's going to be interesting. I can't wait to talk about that in the offseason.
They have leverage to move, man.
They
have
do.
A quarterback,
dude. Bears are going to be dangerous if they make all the right moves this year. I really think that they will. It's going to be interesting.
Detroit Lions, they have like 2 or either 3 first-round picks and very high. And they already look good this year. Yeah, It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy next year.
I see JD trading back, not trading up, need more picks this year. Yeah, like I said, I'm not ruling. I agree, Porto, but I don't. I would JD. I never know. It's going to be interesting. CJ will be back no matter what next year. He's under contract. He is under contract, but we can still cut him and do an even cheaper deal, though. But here's the thing. I don't know how much cap they're going to eat up. So I get it. And here we go. Italy, I'm obviously pissed. You say LaFleur has to go. Tell me what established OC will come here knowing Salah are on the hot seat and willing to come here and move their family to New Jersey.
Yeah, I
I,
agree,
I'm
Vinny.
I agree, but I'm not coming at you though, Vinny. I promise you. But I mean, we're all frustrated. But you say LaFleur has to go. Tell me what established OC. I don't know. I mean, well, no. You know, I do know. It's going to be down to if they want to work with the quarterback, and are they going to want to work with Salah's scheme, and also we have the depth at the wide receiver position, running back, and tight end. You know what I'm saying? We do. It's just we just got to reconstruct the old line and reconstruct the quarterback. But overall, if LaFleur, I don't think LaFleur is going to go. I think it's going to be Calabrese because of Salah's connection with LaFleur. I mean, they all have a history with each other. But that doesn't mean that down the road things could change next week. Things could change next month. You just never know. But yeah, they moved to New Jersey. I wish they could move back to New York so bad. I want them back in New York so bad. I'm sick and tired of this New
Absolutely.
Jersey stuff. Oh my gosh. It's like the Rams. I understand they were in LA first, but like when they moved, it killed me. And I was out of job too, but still, overall. Overall. But yes, I agree we're all frustrated, Vinny, and I hope that we can attract more guys next year to reconstruct some stuff. Yeah, okay. So Liam wants Garoppolo. I don't want Garoppolo, but I know he wants Garoppolo, which is whatever you want. I know why Woody would be lit up asking if he's still raising ticket prices next year after losing in a row. I mean, he better. It's true though. Like it's ridiculous. We were a
Yeah,
good
he
road
raised it
team,
up
but
this year, right?
we're not a good home team. We were a good road team this year.
Right, right.
And then Frank R won't have to move his family. He lives in Frank lives in that's what Liam's been saying
Long
too.
Island.
Lives in Long Island. It's a
Right.
perfect situation for the Jets. But will Salah move on from his boy at the offensive coordinator position, right? Or can he come in and be a quarterbacks coach? Shoot, you know what? You know what I would do? I would just do both. Throw both in there. Why not? Throw both of them. Just he could be an offensive coordinator and he could be a QB's coach. Do both. I would love that. It's not going to happen, but I would love that. What do you think?
Yeah, it'd be a good. It would be a good move, man. But I don't think it'll happen though. But yeah, it would definitely be a
I
good
agree.
move.
I agree. I
Yeah,
agree.
definitely be a good move.
Derek Carr have missed a game,
That
and when he played, he didn't have the top defense. The defense was 23rd and never gave him a chance. That's true.
that is why I want Derek Carr. The Jets suffer from so many injuries year after year, and sometimes it's guys that have never been injured in their life, right?
On both of them. Yeah.
We need
Oh,
guys who can stay on the field, man, and Derek Carr fits that
yeah.
bill.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a speech impediment issue right now, Liam. So I think I said both of them. So sorry about that. I meant both of them. That's what I meant. But he's right. I like this from James. Evidently, Brandon, you have something to tell me. Show who does he want?
He wants Lamar.
Yeah,
He
I mean
said
we all want Lamar.
he's telling me every day throw the house at him, throw the neighbor's house at him.
If I was Lamar Jackson, first off, he's his own agent. He's his
Yes,
own
him and his mom.
everything.
His mom. Yes,
He's his own everything. He has an opportunity to go out and get some big money somewhere. And he's got an
he does.
opportunity to be with a better offense, too. If I was Lamar, I would definitely not be with the Ravens. I had an interview on the NR Hour. I'm part of that network a little bit. I had an interview with one of their former players. He says he thinks Lamar's going to leave. It's his own
I
personal
think so too.
opinion. He thinks Lamar's
Right.
going to leave because he has an opportunity. He has an opportunity
Mm-hmm.
to not only get money, but to establish a better offense because obviously Lamar's not getting the weapons that he wants, and
Right.
also the wide receivers position. Andrews and him are also getting injured a lot. And I know their running game
Mm-hmm.
is not great either, but I think their offensive line is okayish, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
okay-ish, but it's not. I just think I just think Lamar thing is too good to be true. Like I just don't think it's gonna happen. It's like with the whole Tyreek Hill thing, right? Too good to be true, right? Is it's I when we're gonna go get Hill, but I don't know. I think I. What would you do if you were Joe Douglas if you had a chance to go get Lamar? We are obviously
I'm
the
grabbing him.
front runners. We are obviously the first. I think we're the first ones, in my personal opinion.
I am grabbing Lamar. And being honest, I think Lamar feels disrespected. They traded away his number
Right.
one receiver without
Right.
communicating with him. He put
Yeah.
on Twitter once they
Oh
traded out
yeah.
Hollywood Brown dude, he tweeted out like, "Wow, I didn't see that
Mm-hmm.
one coming." It's
Mm-hmm.
like how disrespectful is that, right? You're a franchise quarterback and they
Right.
don't even have the decency to come and at least inform you before the
Right.
world knows. Not that they need your permission, but
Right.
at least inform you, "Hey, I just want you to know, hear from us first.
Right.
We are doing a deal and we've traded Hollywood Brown. I just wanted to let you know first. They didn't have the decency to do that. He found out the same way that you and I found out. First of all, that's
Right.
very disrespectful in my book. Secondly, they didn't re-sign his contract. Well, they didn't give him a new contract.
True.
And the numbers that he want, they didn't match him. So in my opinion, I'm like, if that was me, dude, I'd say I want out of here. And
And
I think for
yeah.
those few reasons, and I'm sure some other things, but I'm sure, like he just said, man, Lamar's definitely gone. He's going to hit the market.
Well, it's also one of those things too with the Cardinals. They felt the wide receiver room felt disrespected when they picked up Robbie Anderson because obviously they have a lot of wide receivers, and
They do.
Kyler Murray didn't even want him as well. So that was a strictly GM thing and a coach thing.
Hmm.
So I kind of understand, like, oh, where did this come from? Because they still got AJ Green, Hopkins, and still have other guys. I know there were a lot of them were injured. I know you probably needed someone there, but when they all came back at around the same time. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I agree with the disrespect with Lamar. Like I said, I can only dream because that was my
Oh,
quarterback
dude.
that I wanted. That's the
Yeah.
quarterback I wanted in the draft. I
Hmm.
wanted
Me
him
too.
or Allen. I didn't
Me
want
too.
Sam
And
Darnold.
he was there in the seventh round, man, and we
I
still couldn't get him. I'm
know.
like, what are
Oh
we
my
doing,
god, I
man?
know.
I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that
Oh
GM's
God.
last wishes for Baltimore. Here, I'm gonna grant you. I'm gonna give you my gift before I leave. I'm gonna give you Lamar Jackson. And Joe
You know that.
Douglas was there. He
You
was
know what's crazy?
there.
You know what's crazy? Italy.
What?
There was I can't remember his name. It's a white guy, older white guy, but he came out. He said, "I told some of the higher ups to get Lamar Jackson." He was working
Yeah,
for the Jets at the time, and he came out
yeah.
publicly within the last 2 years, and he said, "I told some of the higher ups in the office to go and
Mm,
grab Lamar Jackson," and he said, "Look what happened. They didn't get him." I'm
right.
like, "Oh my god, dude!
Oh my god, I know.
How can we let this guy slip past us, man?"
I know. I wonder who's going to be the coach of the Rams next year because Sean McVay taking a break. I think
Oh, is he?
well, he's on the hot seat. I don't know what he's gonna do. I know he's gonna in the offseason gonna like think what he's gonna do, but I don't even
Mm-hmm.
know if the Rams want him back. I think they either might fire him or he might come back, or he might go with the Cardinals, is what I'm hearing. But overall, I don't know.
Wow.
I think McVay deserves it. I mean, his wife
He
is from
just won a s-
Ukraine.
he
I
just won a
understand.
Super Bowl.
I understand. I understand that. But it's always those teams that don't do good the following year
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
after they win a Super Bowl. But when then they change things up. Literally
Right.
change everything up. Like the year after that. But McVay, I think McVay deserves it. He's got a wife from Ukraine. It's just very interesting what's going on over there right now. And maybe he wants to do stuff more in the community, maybe help his wife's family, maybe take a break, a long break. He deserves it. I love Sean
That's
McVay
possible.
as much as I hate saying that because I hate the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think he deserves it. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, he got dealt with a lot of injuries.
He did,
Holy
man.
crap.
He did.
I'll give Lamar my good knee to come here. Liam, you got a good knee? I didn't know you had a good knee. I don't got a good knee, but we'll trade knees. Sounds good. We can dream. Yes, we can all dream, Porto, for sure. Dump LaFleur. Hey, you know what?
Yes. At
Someone
this
want
point
to
in
start
time,
that
yes.
hashtag? I know Liam's good at that. Sam Howell playing good. He is playing pretty good. I don't know what's going to happen over there. I did an interview with Santana Moss on the NR Hour, and he says that he just wants a quarterback, and this team's ready to go for next year. Hey, that'd be great. I mean, good for the Commanders. I hope whatever happens, happens. It's like the Jets. We're just only a few pieces away, man. While at it, fireside. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2.
He's on a roll.
I wonder if someone else is gonna start another hashtag. I can see Baltimore franchise tagging Lamar.
Yep.
See, that's what I think is gonna happen.
That's
I don't think
exactly what's
there's
gonna happen.
They're gonna try everything. But if I was Lamar, I would have an opportunity to go somewhere else. But I mean, if the Ravens were that dumb, like, okay, if the Ravens were that dumb, like, you just need to tag them. Don't let them go. It's now. If I was Rodgers, here's the thing. I know people want Rodgers show. Would you?
I don't.
What would Packers do in that situation? Because I know they might be on the brink of making the playoffs, maybe tonight, because the Lions and Packers game.
Right, that's gonna be a good game.
Would that be back in your good graces then for the fan base?
If what transpires?
Yeah, if Rodgers wins that game or loses that game, because you never know what's going to happen this year. What do you think?
Man, see, the thing with older quarterbacks is like, one season they've been dominant for so long, and then all of a sudden they just wake up and they don't have it no more. And for some reason, that tends to happen when they come to the Jets. You know what I mean? As soon as we get the superstars, they're no longer superstars anymore. I've had enough of that. I need younger guys. Young veterans. Let me say that. I need young veterans on this team. Yeah, man. I don't. There's
not much to choose from.
Yeah, I know, man. It's just like I respect everybody's opinion, but me personally, man, I don't want the Bradys. I don't want Aaron Rodgers just because of their age. I know these guys are legendary Hall of Fame quarterbacks, but I'm telling you guys, and if you haven't heard it, you're hearing it here first. As soon as they come to the Jets, they are going to be trash.
Yeah, I know.
It always happens with us, man. So no, I'm passing on those two guys, the Brady and the Rodgers.
That's why I'm hoping we can just get back on track next year and maybe take another leap and be consistent. We have proven that we can face against the big teams and do well. Like we've proven that. We're just not consistent in the old line in the quarterback position along with the play calling. Right. But and especially going 1 for 6 in the red zone, like that's just awful. So it's one of those things where now, hopefully, next year, we can change that. What were you gonna say?
Being honest, if New York Giants don't sign Danny Dimes, man, I'd like to have Danny Dimes here. I would love that.
I am doing a list. I'm doing a list on who I want, and people are gonna be surprised what my list says. But I'm gonna work on it this week, and then I'll premiere probably at the end of this month or in February. I want to wait till the Super Bowl ends because then I want to go hard on that. Yeah, that is the biggest hiccup in any plan. Yeah, true. Yep, the tag, that stupid damn tag. Do you guys think Lamar would want to come here, honestly? I mean, why not? We got weapons. We just need an O-line and a quarterback. That's all we need.
But now, my take, I was going to say this for later, but Brandon has heard me through the house. What QB would want to come here with this beat-up O-line? Our O-line is not proven.
Well, like I said, we can reconstruct that this year. Obviously, don't come last year, but this year. I mean, if you can reconstruct it really well, I don't know.
But that's an if. It's not proven.
An if. Yeah, you're right. It's not proven.
You know what I mean? Our offensive line is not proven. So when I see people say, "Oh, we need to go and get Derek Carr, and we need to go and get this person, I'm like, why would any quarterback want to come here? Like our offensive line is horrendous, dude. Like other than AVT and McGovern,
and Mitchell, and Mitchell. Don't forget Mitchell.
I'm on the fence with Mitchell.
Really?
You know my take. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. He looked like a superstar when playing next to AVT. We've discussed this in previous lives.
Yeah.
Without AVT, he didn't look as good.
But you could definitely tell that
he's
still dealing with something. Like, you can tell he was still dealing with something. I just think he came back too soon, in my personal opinion.
I can comfortably say this: he's better than Tomlinson. Lakeland
Tomlinson anybody's was getting
better
his
than ass beat today. Did you see how many times he was on the ground?
Oh my God!
I'm like, please get this guy out of here. Get the guy out of there, man. He's horrible. He's horrible, man.
Now I am open to this. If Tomlinson's going to come back next year, then we need someone like a Trent Williams that he was with to be over there to be good together. then I'm okay with it. Because I wanted Tunzel.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing.
You and me both.
Then Tunzel comes out, like a month ago, or 3 weeks ago, whatever, and says that I want to reconstruct that position to be the all-time as of now, to be the one of the all-time money-wise to be paid in that position. And I'm like, okay, yeah, Jets ain't getting him now. Jets ain't getting him now. There's no way. I got all my hopes and dreams up for that, and it's God. I want him, but it's one of those things where now it's just too long of a shot unless you can have unless Becton goes there. But Becton, that's so much of an if, right?
Right.
So, who would you want?
As far as at the what position?
Yeah, the right next to Lakin Tomlinson. Who would you want? Because Tunzel was my guy, but then I don't know anymore.
Yeah, Tunzel's definitely, but he's going to cost a lot, and we don't have a lot of money for this free agency this year unless we start to make moves like get rid of a Carl Lawson and a Corey Davis, et cetera, et cetera. Now then, you're in the ballpark of actually getting in some big names. But if we don't do that, man, we really don't have a lot of money to sign these big names. That's
facts.
That's kind of like part of the problem too, man. So is this year is going to be a make or break for the Jets, especially this regime. How they play this offseason, who they keep and who they cut. And being honest, I think there's going to be a lot of surprise as far as firing and guys actually getting released or cut. I think that's coming, very soon. I think a lot of guys are going to be shocked. Like, personally, those guys themselves are going to be shocked.
Yeah.
And as well as the fans. And then, of course, some fans were like, I saw that one coming.
Right.
Yeah, but we have a lot of guys that we can move around, man. That I personally don't want them back next year, being honest.
Oh, yeah.
I have a list of them.
Man, there's a lot of things we could do on that O-line. Jeez. You know what? Ravens would do something like this, though, because Ravens have done some interesting things before. This is what Brandon, I've been saying this a lot. Devontae got out of his franchise tag by sitting out, so he'll let Lamar if they do. I could see it go both teams. It just depends, though, because money and cuts and tagging, you just never know with that. That would be interesting.
Right.
Brady would come here and suck just to screw with. He hates us. He hates us.
Yes.
He hates us. It's true. Hey,
why would you even want him here?
From Germany, my man. How you doing?
What's up, brother?
I love the community they have out there, especially in the UK, Germany, Ireland. They all got some great stuff over there. I really like Will Levis. Is he saying that Will Levis or just Levis? Is it Will Levis or Levis? Levis. He plays good, but is he talking about that Ohio State guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. He plays good, but I think the Indianapolis coach's going to take him. Yeah, I could see that too. The QB and O-line without the correct play caller aren't going to succeed. True. Very true. Very true. That's why I asked Show, O-line issues, OC issues, question marks are all around. Exactly. There is a lot of question marks all around, and I don't like
Absolutely, bro.
Danny Dimes got hurt tonight. Webb's playing quarterback now.
No way.
Wait a minute. Wait.
That just happened?
Are you talking about Giants?
I didn't get enough. Yeah.
Dude, Webb's – I just saw Webb was in there anyway.
Did they just sit him then? Because they're in the playoffs anyway.
Yeah. I've been seeing Webb playing the whole time. Maybe I missed something, and I don't know. Maybe I missed something. James Smith has a good run stopper. a good run stopper. That's true. Hey, we'll see what happens. Like I said, lots of options. Okay, Show. You're closing for the day. Talk about the Dolphins and talk about where you could plug your socials and anything you got to say, because we're going to wrap this up.
Okay. Well, first of all, guys, our defense, if we can keep our core defense going into next season, that defense will remain dominant. When you look at the stats, if you just want to say arguably the best combo receiver in this year's season, Waddle and Hill would definitely have to be top 3, right? Within that, you look at Reed and Sauce matching up against them. They once again were held to piss poor yards today. That's twice.
Yes.
in one season. So don't be so hard on yourselves, Jets fans. We had a phenomenal defense. We had a phenomenal run before the bye week, surprisingly, right? So don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard on the coaching staff. We took a team, an Adam Gase team, that literally had almost nothing on it. We broke it down the first year of Robert Saleh's regime, and now we're into the second year. So if I would have to say, just be a little more patient with him. Even if we do keep LaFleur, nobody gets fired. What they should do in that case is hire somebody else, a veteran, in that offensive room, coaching staff, so we can figure out a way to get Zach better, so we can figure out ways to move the ball so we can score in the red zone. That's one far as the team. I think they played pretty good today to have they had their third and fourth string O-linemen in. You had an old ass Joe Flacco playing today. We were still able to move the ball. We didn't get a touchdown, but we were still able to move the ball. And yet, and Miami had just about all of their starters in on defense. So that's that with the players in the game today. Moving forward, I would definitely like us to get a good veteran quarterback in. Who would that be? Only time can tell. I'm not really big on Jimmy Garoppolo. I feel like the Shanahan offense that they run in the 49ers in San Francisco, Mike LaFleur is a spinoff from that. So he's like a little brother in that system. And now you're going to take Jimmy Garoppolo, who they don't want, and you're going to try to run the same system with him. And they're not getting it.
It cut out, guys. We'll get him back.
Sorry about that, guy.
There you go. He'll be back. There you go. There you go. You'll be back. That's cool. This happens a lot. It's okay. What are you gonna do with Wi-Fi issues?
Let's just get a veteran. Right. Let's get a veteran quarterback in. If we can't get a,
see, what are you gonna do? Still love y'all.
But anyway, follow me on YouTube at the Jets Show. Also follow me on Twitter as well. I'm very active on Twitter. Go Jets.
Very good show. Very good show. Guys, I just want to appreciate everyone, being on the show and being in the chat all year round. I've been only doing this for, I think 10 months, almost a year now. It's been a very up and down ride. I've been loving every moment of it. I like to thank Liam for taking a chance on me.
What's up, Liam?
And we have been growing every single day, and I get to do all these collabs going on these shows. But if it wasn't for Liam, I wouldn't be here. So give a shout out to him. I love that man to death. Show, I love doing stuff with you. We will continue to grow together as well. And you can catch me on the NR Hour. You can catch me on Let's Talk Sports and on everyone else's platforms. I am everywhere. Follow Italy Jet on all social media platforms. And also follow everything in my J on all social media platforms. Continue to go on this journey with everyone. We all are Jets fans. At the end of the day, we all still love each other, even though it just sucks right now. But we are on the up and up. I do have faith. I am going to try and stay positive. Good night, Jets fans. Have a good week. Good season. Good season. Better, yeah. But still, love you guys. You guys have a good one.
Go Jets.
Later. Go Jets.